Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Alex. Today we are doing 4 different fall recipes. So we're going to start off with gingerbread cookies. All of the amounts and ingredients will be on screen, and I'm just showing you every ingredient here. Something I would like to note here is that you're seeing me use sugar in the raw, but that's only because I don't have brown sugar. I'm telling you, do not use sugar in the raw. Use brown sugar. Your cookies will come out so much better. So, for your gingerbread cookies, you're going to use 2½ cups of flour, ½ cup of brown sugar, then you'll need ½ cup of coconut oil or butter, next, you're going to use ½ cup of molasses, next, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of allspice. And 2 teaspoons of ginger. Now you can start mixing. When you mix this up, it will come out very clumpy and crumbly. So you're going to just keep mixing. I advise you mix with a glove because your hand will warm up the butter or coconut oil and it will look like this. After this, you're going to want to add water a tablespoon at a time, mixing well in between to make sure that your dough comes to the right consistency. Make sure you go really slow because you can add more water, but if you water it down too much, you'll have to off your ratio by adding more flour. After you feel like you added enough water, just knead it until it comes together into a ball. So here I put it in the refrigerator because it was late, so I left it in the fridge overnight. Please don't do that. If you're going to make this, make it the same day that you are going to bake it, because when you put it in the refrigerator, it gets really crumbly and hard even after being left out. Okay, so here I'm wrapping it up to put it in the fridge. Again, don't do this, please. It's just gonna not be good. It can still taste good, it's still fine. If you have to put it in the refrigerator, cut out your cookies first, and then put the whole cut cookie in there. Okay, so this is what it came out like. Now it's very crumbly. Yours isn't gonna be like this if you don't put it in the refrigerator. So I crumbled it all up, and then I'm going to roll it out into a sheet. This is a little too thin. When you make your cookies, try to keep them like 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. The thicker they are, the less likely they are to break, and you know, it's a thicker cookie. They're more likely to have a softer inside. Okay, so now we're cutting out the cookies. I advise you cut the cookies out on the cookie sheet that you're going to bake them on. It just makes things a million times easier, and you don't have to move the cookies around. I also found it works pretty well to put the cookie cutter down and then stuff the dough in the cookie cutter, so that's another option. You're going to want to bake those for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Now we're moving on to mini pumpkin pies with gingerbread crust. So here I'm crumbling up the leftover dough to cut little mini crust out of. I packed all of it down and then rolled it out, made it nice and smooth. Now I'm using a circle cutter to cut out little circles. And then I'm going to put them in my mini muffin pan as little pie crust. So I put them in the pan and I use this little dipping silicone cup thing to smush them to the side and make them the right shape. Okay, so after I put all the crust in, then I'm filling them all with pumpkin filling that I'm going to show you how to make in just a second. Okay, so for the pumpkin filling, you're going to need a 29-ounce can of pumpkin, which is equal to 3.5 cups of pumpkin puree. Okay, so now I put the whole can in the bowl. Then you're going to use 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of allspice. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I, for some reason, did less. Vanilla extract makes everything amazing. Then you're going to add 1 cup of sugar. I use white sugar, but brown sugar is better, so you should use brown sugar. And next you're going to put a 1/2 cup of flour so that when you bake it, the filling will thicken up. And that's it. That's how you make it. Also, for those mini pies, you're going to bake them for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Now, if you have any leftovers, you can use it to make pumpkin bread. So I had, I think, 2.5 cups left over. To your pumpkin mixture, you will add 2.5 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a cup of sugar, Then you want to mix it up and add water 1/4 cup at a time, slowly until it looks like this. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil or butter. I got out my cute little fall pans and I put them in those. So I'm going to have pumpkin leaf and acorn shaped pumpkin bread. You're going to bake this for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, now it's time for our last special treat, jam cookies / biscuits. So you see the ingredient list here. I'm just going to show you all the things you'll need. Again, you're seeing the sugar in the raw here. You can use white sugar or brown sugar, just don't use that, please. This container holds white sugar. Okay, now you need 2½ cups of flour. One teaspoon of baking powder, a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or butter, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, a ½ cup of water. So you're going to mix that really well. I advise that after you mix with the spoon a little while, you're going to get a glove or mix it with your hands if you don't wear gloves. Either way, just mix it really well and it'll become a really nice dough. Now you're going to roll this dough out onto a cookie sheet. Or you could just pat it flat with your hands like me. After that, you're going to now cut out the little circles to be your jam cookies / biscuits. Make sure to flip them all over so you can have a flat top. Now you can use whatever you want to indent the cookies where you want to put the jam in. I tried a spoon, the back of a protein powder scoop, and a couple other things, but what worked best for me was just using the bottom of a protein powder scoop to make a circular hole. And then you just fill it with whatever type of jam you like, or jelly. If you want them to be perfect, after you've squished them, you can reuse the cookie cutter to restore their original circular shape. After that, you can bake them for 20 minutes at 35 degrees. Okay, so we're making some royal icing / glaze for decorating the gingerbread cookies. So you need 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then you can drop in water really slowly until you reach your desired thickness. If you make it too thin like I did, just add more sugar. And just mix it up. Okay, so now I brought back in the cookies. Mine got a little bit broken because, like I said, they were too thin. Also, that cookie in the corner is like a marble cookie where I mixed the rest of the gingerbread cookie dough and the jam cookie dough to make a little marble cookie. I found it easy to use the back of a plastic fork to decorate. Kind of like it holds the frosting like a pen in the crevice. So it's cool. It'd probably be more precise to use like a bag or something, but this is really fun. Make sure you have fun when icing your cookies. I wasn't going to give them faces because I wanted them to be really cute and nice. I was like, they don't look that cute without faces. They look nice, but they need faces. So I decided to start giving them faces. They're quite wacky faces, but they're still good. I think the three at the bottom are my favorite. One is like meh, the other one is like, you know, normal happy, and then you can't see the other one yet, and I haven't decorated it yet. I probably should have made my icing a little thicker, because as you can see, it's dripping, and now this dude has a tongue, but that's okay. That one ended up with one huge eye. And this one, it came out actually quite perfect, but when I wasn't looking, the eye and the mouth kind of dripped together. So I just improvised and made him into a sideways faced gingerbread man. And those eyes are on the side of his face, and that's just how twisted he is. Now his face is sideways. Okay, so now we're on to the jam cookies and the little pies. I'm just going to sprinkle some powdered sugar on the jam cookies, and that's it. Now it's time to show you the final pieces. I hope you enjoy these 4 recipes, and that if you bake them, you really like them. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!